Yo, I'm gonna keep it a stack. It is crazy I'm even making this video, bro. You guys can see here, I have 3 supports in my main 6. Today, I'm teaching you guys how to actually play support. I'm gonna go through all 3 supports currently in the game. I have 2 bards and I made an artist. Let's just get into it. I'm sorry guys, real quick, I have to interrupt the video to say, this is for new supports or dumb supports. Supports who don't know what they're doing, don't know what their attack buffs are, or brand new supports. There's nothing obscure in it, but don't worry, I'm gonna make a separate video on that next week or 2 weeks from now. I don't know yet. Also, I want to say every support goes swiftness, spec. Swiftness priority with a spec necklace. Throughout this video, the only character I have 9s on or anything higher than a 7 on is my artist, but that's only because she's my main. I'm gonna run you through this Q skill right here. You might have it differently. If you run the tripods you are currently seeing on your screen, I promise you, your team will do more damage. Look at on hit, leave an ink brand on the foe. Damage from all party members plus 10% for 12 seconds. Look, when you throw it on the boss, you see the debuff right there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, you guys are gonna be shocked by this. Sun sketch. Read that last one. Launches a quick strike with a brush. For all allies within 24 meters, attack power plus 15% of your basic attack power, raising overall attack power by 6% for 8 seconds. For 8 seconds, your team has basically a 7% damage buff right here. That is your one skill that you're going to rotate on cooldown. Your other skill you're going to rotate that, Sun Well. But the blast tripod on it is the same thing as Sun Sketch. It gives you more attack power. The only thing is, it's an area. If you go outside the area, watch. It's gone. But if I go back in, oh, it's gone. You rotate these on cooldown. Just to show you it's possible, this is me doing it. Sun Sketch. Once you see it hit about 1 second, right about now, you want to go. It will be off cooldown. I have a level 9 tripod on Sun Sketch and a level 8 on Sun Well. Now, another thing, this identity bar in the middle here, Moonfall. Let's read what Moonfall has to say. Strike the ground with a powerful stroke, increase outgoing damage of all party members, plus 10% for 10 seconds. Look, I get my meter, Moonfall. Look at this, 10% damage. That's your damage buff. You're gonna combine that with your other attack buffs. And just like that, you're doing damn near 17% more damage than if you have nothing on. Including marking, it's around 27% more damage. It's the same thing on other supports. Alright, now we're going to move on to Paladin. I don't even play this class. He's a low-paying slave. Look what happens when Magic Stream hits full stacks. My cooldown is minus 10%. So, what this means is your attack buffs on Paladin. Every support has these attack buffs. For Paladin, it's Wrath of God. You're going to use Heavenly Blessing. See how it gives more attack power? You can rotate these on cooldown, starting with Heavenly Blessing. Okay? So there we go. 7-second buff, okay? As well as this on Paladin, you have another marking skill. This is Light Shock. You can also use a different one called Sword of Justice, I think. Look, it marks the boss, so it takes 10% more damage. It's the same thing, okay? You're going to always have that up. Have that up 100% of the time. Always have it on the boss. Your Blessed Aura is not your healing. Let's read what it does. Inflict plus 10% damage to foes. If I press X, it heals my party as well as doing 10% more damage. And the DR is increased by 20%. If you guys have any questions about Pally, let me know in the comments. I'm not too familiar with Pally, but now we're going to get into the Bard. So let me show you. Bard's attack buffs are Heavenly Tune here and Sonic Vibration. Typically what you want to do is you want to start with Sonic Vibration. And look, just to show you guys that it's easy in rotation with 7s. As soon as it starts going away, I Heavenly. And now Heavenly is 5 seconds while this is on 4 seconds. Now, here's the thing. On Bard, your meter is different. You have Serenade of Courage, which gives you 15% damage buff, 10% damage buff, or 5% damage buff. Rarely, so incredibly rarely do you ever use the 5 and 15%. You're typically always aiming for a 2 bubble. 15% only if you have the meter because the boss is in DR or something and you somehow get it. And the 5% if it's a damage pattern you cannot miss out on. Bard has 2 marking skills. 3 actually. She has 3 marking skills. I use Sonatina personally. It's all personal. No brand is what you want to use. Gives you 10% damage. Every single marking skill is the same thing. And then Harper Rhythm. Now what you do here is you cast Sonatina, use Heavenly, place the heart. Something like that. Same thing if you're using Sound Shock. Sound Shock is the other one right here. If you're using Sound Shock, it's the same thing. Just go Sacred Shock instead. That's it right there. Don't spam a 1 bubble. Try your best to get 2 bubble unless it's a damage pattern you can't miss out on.